Welcome friends to the next class of our chapter Heating Effect of Electric Current, class 3. In class 1 and 2, we were telling about first class we were telling generally the circuit where heat is produced, and we studied about the charge current time relationship. Class 2 we studied the three equations of Joule's law, three forms. I am sure that you can recollect all these, but for memorize these three, I will just tell you the Joule's law equations. H is equal to I square RT, H is equal to VIT, and H is equal to V square by RT. Before going into detail, as we were told last time, today we will be doing a particular section of mathematical problem solving of Joule's law and some concepts from the first class, that is charge current time relationship. Anyway, before going into that session, we generally should keep in our mind some points about problem solving. And from my experience, so many students used to tell that they are afraid of mathematical problems in physics. I don't understand why this happened, but one thing is that they consider it is something different from physics. Once we think that application of what we have studied in various equations that we are doing in a mathematical problem in physics, we won't find any difficulty in solving the problem. That very simple, and you have to change your mind. Don't think it is a big mathematical and so many complicated thing. No, it is simple substitution, or some cases one or two laws we have to mix, or one or two concepts we have to mix. That we will very easily understand from these classes. So first I request you change your mind. Mathematics and mathematical problems in physics are entirely different. Provided you know the fundamental operations, multiplication, division, or summation, or subtraction, these simple things, you can manage this mathematical session in our physics. So with that, we'll give some tips before we start our problem solving. First point, in physics we are getting values. Say current. Problem, there will be some data that we have to find out and write first. What is given in the problem we have to find out. That the given item is called data. For example, in a circuit, 0.5 ampere current is flowing. One sentence is there in the problem. From that we have to write down what is current, because 0.5 ampere, sometimes current won't be told. It will be written only 0.5 ampere is flowing. So we should understand 0.5 ampere. Looking at that unit ampere, we should understand it is nothing but current, intensity of electric current. So we are writing I is equal to 0.5 ampere. This is called getting data from the problem. Then comes time, 5 minutes. Sometimes it will be in minute, sometimes in second, sometimes it will be in hour, whatever may be. Suppose we are getting it in 5 minutes. We write time, the notation is T, small letter T. T is equal to 5 minutes. I request you not to stop with that. We know the basic and fundamental unit of time is second. So in problem it is written in 5 minute. Don't write 5 minutes and stop it. You write equal to next step 5 minutes. We have to convert it into second. Then there itself, when you write down the data, you write 5 into 60 seconds. Otherwise, what is happening generally is we will be writing the data as given in the problem, and we will substitute, especially in Joule's law, we will get in minutes. Problems will be, time will be sometimes in minutes. We substitute as minute itself 5, and our answer will be wrong, because the time we have to substitute in second. Another important and another general mistake students are making is in simplification of mathematical expressions. For example, we are getting one expression 5 by 10. This 5 by 10, we are writing 5 by 10. So at a glance, 5 is there, 10 is there, we know 5 and 10 we can cancel and write in 10, 2 times 5 can. So we can just cut and write 2. You know it is wrong, but by mistake we are writing this one 5 by 10, cancelling we are writing 2. Actually it is not 2. You know it, but by mistake you are writing like that. So to avoid this, what we have to do is, we ask this question like this: 5 how many times can include? So 5 by 5 we get 1. By from 10, how many times 5 can contain in 10? 2 times 5 can contain in 10, so 2 times. So there is no question of writing simply 2, as 1 times 5 is 5, so 1 we are getting here. 2 times 5 is 10, so 2 we are getting. So without any mistake we get answer 1 by 2. Now we will be doing here only sample 2 questions today, with which we will get an experience how to solve a problem. I am sure that you are ready to do the problem. With all these introductory points I told you, mentally you must be free. Don't have any tension about mathematics in physics. It is simple application of some problems. Okay. Once we consider these equations, and if you remember that equations, we can very easily solve all the problems on this particular chapter. Now I will give you a problem, and that problem we will do first. Then one more problem we will do. 2 problems we will analyze today in our class. So let us solve 1 or 2 problems in this session, and I will read the first problem. Listen carefully. 0.5 ampere current flows through an electric heating device connected to 230 volt supply. A. Calculate the quantity of charge that flow through the circuit in 5 minutes. B. How much is the resistance of the circuit? C. Calculate the quantity of heat generated when current flows in the circuit for 5 minutes. I hope you got the question. So let us solve the problem. Here in the problem it is written 0.5 ampere current flows through an electric heating device. So data we are getting current, that is nothing but intensity of electric current, as 0.5 ampere. Whenever we write a decimal number, don't write simply the decimal like this. We have to write always 0.5. This is because of the reason, if somehow if you miss that point, that just decimal, you read it as otherwise 5. In order to avoid, usually in all the problems, once a decimal is there, you write, if it is 0.2, 0.2, not 2 and a decimal like this. This will be sometimes read as 2. We will neglect that point. So please see that point when we write decimal point. Now comes next data. 230 volt supply, that is V, voltage. It is written 230 volt. This is the thing given, and 3 questions are to be answered. A. Calculate the quantity of charge. What is quantity of charge? We have studied in the first class. Q is the letter, quantity of charge, that we have to calculate. Quantity of the charge that flow through the circuit in 5 minutes. So time in data side 5 minutes. Don't stop with 5 minutes. You have to convert this one to basic unit of time, that is second, I told you. So we can write here itself 5 into 60 seconds. That you can simplify here or there in the problem, no problem. But don't forget to write immediately after 5 minutes as 5 into 60 seconds, because second is the unit of time we require. Now we have to calculate Q. Which equation we have to use? So there is a relation we studied, Q, quantity of charge, time and intensity of electric current. There is a relation because we know I is equal to rate of flowing charge, that is charge flowing in unit time. So in 5 minutes, that is 5 into 60, 300 seconds, 0.5 ampere current is there. To have this current, what amount of charge is flowing? So we write the fundamental equation. We know I is equal to Q by T. Cross multiply, as I is equal to I by 1, Q by T. From that, what is Q? Q into 1 is Q is equal to IT. That equation we already studied, and its unit also we know, that is Coulomb. So I 0.5, substitute the values, 0.5 into time, not 5, 5 into 60. That much Coulomb C, that is the unit of charge. We have to simplify this, we will get the answer. What the answer? 0.5, here 60, 60 is 6 into 10. So 0.5 into 10, 5, 5 into 5 into 6, which is equal to 150 Coulomb. Okay, I hope you understood this problem. This is the first part, A part, that is quantity of charge flowing having current 0.5 ampere in 5 minutes. Now B part. B, how much is the resistance in the circuit? We have to calculate the resistance. Now we are going to see the next part, B part. What is asked in B part? How much is the resistance of the circuit? Resistance, the letter is R. Question is, what is R? You analyze the data. We have to get R. You have studied one law, last class, Ohm's law. V, I, R relationship is there. From that we get R. We will be knowing that magic triangle and all. V, I, R. What is R here? R is equal to V by I. Is equal to V, given here 230 by here I is 0.5. We can do in two ways, but simply easy way I will be telling, this 0.5 is nothing but 1 by 2. That will be knowing. So 230 by 1 by 2. It is nothing but 230 into 2 by 1, because dividing a number by a fraction, we can write number into its reciprocal. So we can write it as 230 into 2 by 1, which is equal to 460, and as it is resistance, its unit is ohm, omega, and it is called 460 ohm. This decimal also, we can operate with decimal also, that one 230 by 0.5. As it is decimal, in decimal one digit is there, so we can multiply both numerator and denominator by 10. So 230 into 10, 2300, and 0.5 into 10 is 5. This also will give you 460. But this one is comparatively easier, so you have to get a concept. 0.5 is nothing but 1 by 2. Here also we can do the same way. 0.5, 1 by 2, if you substitute 1 by 2 into 5 into 60, 60 by 2, 30 into 5, 150, or 5 into 60, 300 by 2, 150. Any you can use. Once you get the idea, you can do in both way. Or which one is easy for you, you can do that. So here fraction side and this one decimal side. I am sure you got both the idea. Now we go to the third and final part of that one, C part. Calculate the heat generated when current flows in the circuit for 5 minutes. So we have to calculate H. Condition is time 5 minutes current should pass through this circuit. What is the heat produced? So the data here, I is there, V is there, and we calculated in B part resistance. So all the three data we have. We have studied three equations for H. We can write H is equal to I square RT. H is equal to VIT, or H is equal to V square by RT. All these variables are here. I 0.5 ampere is there, R 460 there, T 5 into 60, T is there in all these equations. So you can select any, because all these three are applicable here. Now we consider which one is easy for calculation. This is your choice. Here I is 0.5 ampere, I square you have to find out. Here V square by R is there is no decimal in it. So easy for you to calculate. In this particular case, H is equal to V square by R. We will do this one. The rest two, you take your own time and do it and see whether we are getting correct answer or not. We will get correct answer because these three are one and the same. We have substituted some variables and we got these three different equations for the same concept of heat, quantity of heat from Joule's law. So here we will be doing this. H is equal to V square 230 into 230 by R, which is 460. That we have calculated in the second part, into time, that is 5 into 60. So easy for you to calculate. 230, 460, 2 times. As we told, 230 is 1, 460, 230, 2, 1 by 2. So 2 won't go up, it will be down. Now comes this one or this one, we can simplify. You see here 60 by 2 is 30. So 230 into 5 into 30, 150. This you can easily calculate and we get the answer. $34,500, as it is heat energy joule. We can also do the same second equation. V is equal to H is equal to VIT. Let us see. H is equal to V is there 230 into I 0.5 into 5 into 60. I told here there is no decimal coming, so we selected this one first to avoid decimal. But this decimal is 0.5, as we told, is merely 1 by 2. There is not complicated decimal, so we can substitute easily here also as 1 by 2 into 5 into 60. We will get the same answer, 230 into 5 into 30. 5 into 30, 150. 230 into 150. Same, 34,500 joules. And if you are comfortable with 0.5 square, 0.5 into 0.5, we can do this also. Sometimes we have to do. There will be no choice. So we have to do this 0.5 into 0.5, 0.25. Like that you have to substitute and do. That all you can do, you can practice and do it. Anyway, all the three you do and compare the answer, we get the same answer, 34,500. Thus answer C, which is heat produced in 5 minutes, 34,500 joules. Now we will do one more question today. When a 12 volt battery is connected to a resistor, 2.5 milliampere current flows through the circuit. If so, what is the resistance of the resistor and what is the heat energy generated by the resistor if current flows for 10 minutes? 12 volt battery is given, so V is equal to 12 volt and it is connected to a resistor. Resistance and all these things we will in detail discuss in another class. Time being, a material which will offer resistance in the circuit is called resistor. The resistor is there and current through the circuit is found 2.5. So current is I 2.5 milliampere. As I told you, don't keep that 2.5 milliampere here and stop it. We have to write the fundamental unit of current, that is not milliampere, ampere. So we have to convert milliampere to ampere. How? The relationship you should know. Millimeter, milli is nothing but 10 raised to negative 3 of something. Here ampere is the milliampere. So 1 milliampere is equal to 1 by 1000 ampere. So what about 2.5 milliampere? So 2.5 milliampere is equal to 2.5 by 1000 ampere, which is equal to, as there are 3 zeros, 3 digit left hand side, divided by 1000, it will become decimal point 0.0025 ampere. This we have to write it here, 0.0025 ampere. Otherwise you will substitute 2.5. There's a chance for committing mistake. Then energy, heat energy when the current flows through circuit, time 10 minutes. Again 10 minutes we have to convert, as we have told just now, 10 into 60 seconds. Now H question mark, that is heat we have to calculate. V, I, T we have. Then in between there is one more question is there, what is the resistance of the resistor? That also is asked. R is equal to what? So we can first calculate R, then H. All the relationship we know, as discussed before, R, V, I relationship is there. R is equal to V by I, which is equal to 12 by 0.0025. That is 2.5 by 1000, 0.0025 denominator. There are 4 digits here, by 25. We converted this decimal to whole number by multiplying with 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Dividing, we will get 4800 ohm as it is resistance. So R we got. Now remaining question is H. H is equal to, we know, we already discussed, I square RT. H is equal to VIT, or H is equal to V square by RT. This one, you do all these three and find out which is the answer you are getting. And here I 0.0025, R 4800 and T 600. Here it is VIT, V, I and T directly. All the values are there. H is equal to V square by RT. If you simply substitute all these three values, we get the answer. So this you complete yourself, and all these three will get the same answer. I will write the answer here and check whether you are getting the same answer. Answer is H is equal to 18 joules. Friends, hope you got clear idea and confidence how to do a mathematical problem in Joule's law and this side. Have a nice time. We will meet with another video next time.